Tenoko shik maketo deka. Bego nakere lokamas kita. Ankenes kopona she nakamikona. Henna ka henna hanina ka nina. Obakineso. Esi kopino fa hen ka shekota. Pa isokoma. Una, un, pago, diso. Morning, God and Goddess Day to all the melanated people around the globe we call the planet Earth. We gave birth to life in a divine, harmonious perspective a long time ago. I'm saying that in this day and time, we got away from that generation of divine essence and, and lessons of who we are. We have to get back into knowing the generation of the black stars from stardust, the avatars and indigos and all these special people like star seeds and what we were made to believe against ourselves. Like, the other holiday just passed, they talking about leprechauns. They was twa pygmy 8,000 years before the so-called Ireland people or Irish people or whatever you want to call them came into Ireland. And they were so constructive in the construction of things that people thought they was practicing magic, but they were alchemists. Those can perform and transform rocks into diamonds from coal without the pressure of the machines that they use today. See, we did all those things like look at the Sirius star with a serious eye without a telescope. And we wrote about it and all that before the first European created a telescope and looked through it. And then when the thing about it, everything that they got from us. Even when they designed the telescope, we've been had that. We had that millenniums ago before the Greeks came in our door and sat at our feet and studied amongst us and stole and plagiarized and then lied and then killed and then they said, or we say, we in Greek fraternity. What about you forgot about Kemetic knowledge, where it come from? Because you've been programmed to be a Negropean, a boule, or a gatekeeper to keep the Europeans in their position of power. And you don't even know it because your mind ain't your mind no more. You don't even have the gold and diamonds and none of the minerals in it anymore because you ain't even got in contact with your soul because you let them never allow you to unfold in your spiritual and divine essence. And before I go any further, I want to say this, make this announcement because I was talking so quick. Again, this great morning. This is Humam Abdulmalik, your host of Blackanized Report, motivator, stimulator, globally in a blacknificent way, in a magnificent way, to get us back on our way of the divine audience of what was put in our temple. It's in our temple, but it's so plain and simple that we allow them to make things so complicated and take us away from the area we're supposed to be in. See, we're supposed to be in our universe. We have to understand the universe so we can have a profound effect upon the universe, which they control today through their financial, academics, and all the other ways. But it don't mean nothing because it's our time. This is the age of Aquarius. And then when we step it up and tap into that energy, this all is so vibrant. The vibrations and the synergy and the energy is so strong today by this being in the age of Aquarius. It's a divine spiritual substance that belong to us, because we are divine and we are spiritual. See, we don't need to practice no holidays, no religion, because religion is man-made. See, we come from the source of energy that they give a name of God, Jah, Allah, and all those other names. But this energy is undefinable. Now, the Muslim brothers say that Allah named itself Allah and told them, so I ain't got no problem with that, because I looked at the Holy Quran and it got some things in there that blew my mind. Because it it'd be talking about sweet water, salt water coming together. And the Quran was way back then, about what, 14, no, is it 15 yet? It may be 1490 something or 15, early 1500. But they didn't have no sign. They ain't have no Jacques Cousteau back there. Or it talks about the 9 months process of the baby. No, they ain't had no doctors with a telescope. With a microscope, but it's in there. And what else? When they talk about like the hole in the ozone, they talk about the hole in the sky. And I know they ain't had nothing to look up there then. See, that's why me, even though I'm spiritual now, spiritually sound by a divine offering from my Lord and my ancestors that I accepted. That's why I'm an emissary of my Lord now. See, but I started off in the religious area. I used to go to church, but not being in the church or part of the church when I was very young. I used to hang at the church, St. Stephen Church. I still ain't said what I'm supposed to say, but I'm going to get to it. But anyway, and I was a Muslim since, 81, when my first son was in the stomach of my mother, was a fetus and all that. And all the way up to, but when I first became a Muslim, I didn't know what Islam was, and I didn't practice it correctly because I was still in the street doing my thing, learning in the concrete jungle. I was in primary college, I guess you want to say that, and I was just doing my thing. But I had taken my Kalima Shahada, so I was a Muslim, but I didn't practice Islam. And so what happened was I had to get a scholarship, to get my PhD in streetology. So I had to go through SWU and, satellite schools or whatever around the country. And so when I went into the first satellite of SWU, that was over, they say that it was DC, housing, something, whatever the name of it was. And so I was over there for a minute, and the minute I was learning, but I wanted to learn correctly. So I ran into this brother, or brother ran into me, named Rafiq Akhtar. You're talking about a star. This brother gave me Islam and the Sunni mythology and the methods and all that. So I was just learning, right? So I said, man, I got to go, man. So I went to another satellite university, and this was up in, what was that, Leavenworth, somewhere, yeah. But then I ran into some brothers, man, was just like college professors. So what I got from him, and they gave me like Brother Abdul Aziz, Brother Mujahid, Brother Abdul Adam, who else? Brother Abdul Shahid, Brother Abdul Shakur, man, them brothers, and Brother Supi, man, there was so many brothers up there, man. Man, blew my mind. But I got the divine essence of what Islam was all about. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't say anything about negative about Islam, because I studied it. I was an imam twice. But the book, it really got me when it said those things. So I'm a realist, and when things are plain and simple, I don't even go against it. Just like when I went on into my spiritual appetite and my third eye opened and all that, it became more simplistic and not complicated and not exaggerated. Excuse me, my tongue tied. I thought it went to sleep with me. What it is? Exaggeration, yeah. We don't have to exaggerate everything and make it more than what it is, because it's plain and simple. Temple. What's in the temple? What do you do when you go in the temple? You go to worship the Creator, the Lord, and all that. So this is the temple. So the Creator got to be in us, in this body, in this vehicle, whatever, this universe, this house, this building. But it's an organic one. It's an organic building. They call us human beings, but we got to understand what's going on within, because as above, so below. As outside is inside. So that's why we got to ride. You know what the DNA is, right? So that's the divine prescript that was given to us by the Creator and our ancestors, but by the Creator. But see, the essence of the Creator, the power of the Creator is in us through the DNA and our ancestors. So this divine script is already in us. And all we got to do is flip the script that these Europeans had indoctrinated us with. And just be us. And then we can take back over the globe, the world, in a mighty way. So now I'll say this. This is Humam Abdulmalik once again with Blackanized Report. I said it once and I said it twice, and I'll say it until I can't say it no more. The motivator and stimulator globally on black issues to bring us about into our real pathways, and undo the conditions that we're in, and we sell our souls to become Negropeans. I mean, not ours, but our people. A lot of our people sell their souls. And a lot of our young warriors, bro, they are under manipulation of social engineering. See, what you put in, I don't care if you're eating it. I don't even care if you're looking at it or you're hearing and listening at it. But whatever you put into the temple, into the brain, the computer, it's going to come out in word, actions, and deeds. So when we look at these videos that don't have no, no validity to it, as far as we're concerned, they call out women bees and call out brothers thieves and murderers and thugs and all that. But it's all being programmed, because television ain't nothing but telling you lies through your vision. And these other things, I was looking at something today that had a lot of things like that was on the one, but I can't get it because I ain't even write it down, or I ain't even put it in the Rolodex. But and another thing I want to say morning to my big cousin, my big baby brother. My big baby brother, Marcelo Tyler. Woo! Boy, you talking about a jazz man? You talking about jazz? This dude, like we was into go-go and all that coming up. This dude was a teenager listening to jazz, and right now, I don't think nobody on WPFW can catch him or get past his knowledge of jazz that he plays. The man is a historian. My big baby brother, Marcelo Tyler of WPFW, not all the time, but he used to be, because I used to be on there with him doing Poetry Avenue. Yeah, man, we had a beautiful, and guess how I met him? We used to have poetry in the park, man. We wanted to get bigger, so I said, man, let me call WPFW, because I used to listen to him, at night, because he'd be getting off, man. I'm all music, I'm universal music, right? So I call and say, man, can you advertise us doing poetry in the park? He said, what? Won't you do it? I said, how I'm going to do it? He said, you can write in, or you can come in and this and that. Oh, okay. So I did it. He said, you got any poems with you? And so I had some. And so he let me read a poem, but that was over the phone. That's right. That's when I first met him. I told him the things, and I think I wrote something to him or whatever. But then he said, man, won't you come in, I'm thinking about it. I said, yeah, man, Poetry Avenue. Just give it a name. So I said Poetry Avenue. I was saying poetry on the street corner or something, but somebody already had that. So I did that, and there's a little group of poets that I knew. So I went on there first and went on there a couple of times. Then there were other people on there, like Neil, like Swoop, like Kern, like another sister. About 2 or 3 more sisters. And we had Poetry Avenue. But Marcelo had the jazz. Man, woo! And I just wanted to say him, because I haven't heard from him you know, and Ricky Corbin, my fellow brother, but I want, oh, they're my Oracle sister too. Yeah, don't even worry about it. My face is always in the place. Don't even worry about it. That's my Oracle Queen, Voodoo Priestess. We go back to the village. Big sister also. But anyway, I told you who I am and what I'm about and what we got to be about in this day to stop the deterioration of our nation that's been under this deterioration for so long at the hands of these people. And they got us like, oh man, we doing good, we strong. But those are the Negro pins that feel that way, you know, because they don't, or they do, but they accept it. The racism that exists in this country and criminal enterprise and colorful states and from England, because America is a corporation of England, and England, they used to say there ain't no way on the earth that the sun will set that they ain't dead. They are powerful. A brother named Dave was telling me about, you know, what countries they control or, you know, under their sovereignty, like Canada, like some South American countries, Australia, China, Hong Kong or Japan, and all that, right? And these people, the Queen, the Vatican, London, and D.C. See, D.C. is a city-state or cobble state, along with the Vatican and London. London is financial, Vatican is religion, and D.C. is materialistic. And if you want to get real deep into it, they like part of the Illuminati, the 13 families. And the Queen of England, they all corrupt. They in this. And, you know, you can't exclude none of the European countries, but they all together. But those are the main ones. Queen of England, 13 families, the Vatican, London, and D.C. are the main ones of this colorful state. The city states are D.C., Vatican, and London. And what they do, they manipulate the world financially, agriculturally, educationally, and all that. And we be here, look at sun, look at sunrise, rising, the light. See that light and that energy from the sun? I call it melanin. Yes. And when we feel it on our skin, we like, whoo, give us strength. But what I'm saying about them in their worldwide quest to be conquerors of the world that they set out, I mean, from the Vatican. First, Islam had its charm until the Vatican and the Jews got together and went against Islam. And then Islam had us enslaved too, right? When it first came out, because it came into East Africa. People don't want to talk about that, but it's reality. But then it incorporated the Africans into Islam in a way that didn't do them no harm at first, I guess. But at first it was like we was eunuchs and our women was concubines. And then the Vatican in 1453 with the bull Papist said that, you know, them heathens over there don't know nothing. They soulless and everything. But dig this. How could we be soulless and don't know anything when we already had pyramids? We had already traveled to what they call America when it was called Turtle Island. We was already here. We was everywhere that they'd been before they even came in existence from out of the caves as genome primates. Being cloned or whatever, I don't know if Yaku did bring them in or whatever. I do not know, but it don't make no difference to me. We got the power, and we always had the power. We just let them manipulate us and take the power out, the matriarchic essence from the blessings of my act. And we forgot. And we put this, or they put in this patriotic thing, and then they lied about everything, even about our women being the ones who committed the first sin. And then by them committing the sin by giving some apple to do Adam from a snake that she was talking to. But in the United Snakes of hypocrisy, you might believe that mockery mockery of a divine decree that wasn't even like that, you see. But by them stealing and plagiarizing everything, they had to turn it all around and make us say, and keep us unsound, or keep us in a frame of mind that wasn't divine. But now they got us going to the church, they got us going to the masjid, they got us going to the synagogue, they got us going to Buddhists, Taoists, Shinto, and all that. But those culture of people, they got their own things intact. I mean, like the Sheiks, like the Taoists, like the Buddhists, and like all of them. But you know what? They all come from us because we was everywhere first, and we left evidence. I don't care if it was in China, I don't care if it's in Japan, I don't care if it's in Australia, I don't care if it's in South America, wherever. Even in the Antarctic, they got a place called Hollow Earth or whatever now. See, they don't want nobody over there because they know what's been over there, who been over there, and they don't want it to be seen. But we've been there too. We've been everywhere first. So when they dig it up, they see us. That's why they got that hidden. The information and all that is so prevailing. But they don't want nobody to know, especially us, our power, our divine power. And y'all probably say, why you always talking about them people like that? Why? Because they got us in the conditions and circumstances that we're in right now. And not only now, but it's been for millenniums. It's like generation after generation. It's like a generational curse after a generational curse. Because we allow it to happen because we don't grow into our humility and humbleness in a divine, spiritual way. I ain't saying we solve. I ain't saying none of that. I'm saying this here. I'm saying being humble and having an aspect of humility amongst ourselves. But we're warriors. We're definitely warriors. Our young brothers that's on the street corners, inflicting death among each other. But if they had direction, that's our young army. That's the young portion of the army. But we got to give them young brothers guidance, and we got to stop saying that we can't reach them, or that people be scared of them and all that. Well, I can't say that. In my 22,390 some days around the revolutions around the sun, and I was just like them. Did everything that they doing and done. But I woke up when I had to go to college, get my degree in streetology. I'm saying to myself, why am I always going through this plight? And I don't do nothing of those things, like usually a lot of people that was on drugs be going to jail. But I can't say nothing about, being a pharmaceutical at a very young, a pharmacist at a very young age also. So, and I used to say, man, I ain't forcing nobody, nothing on nobody. But before I came in, as I said, I didn't, but I'll say it now. I became Muslim, took my claim to Shahada, but I ain't know nothing about what Islam was about. So I learned it within the college. And so I was Muslim from about 80 all the way up to 7 years ago. What's this? This is 2019, so that had to be 2012, something like that. Then you know what? I was chosen by the Creator, and my ancestors on the energy, divine energy, enveloped me, and they say your third eye open because your pineal gland was activated by the melanin, because your kundalini and your chakra centers was full of energy. And I don't know why I was chosen, because of my molding, I guess. And, since I was little, I was around the Black Panthers. My brother Larry Weaver was my first teacher. We used to fill out my family. He taught me all about nationality in Africa and Black power. So now I be a spiritual warrior. And so when I was saying we be humble and in humility, no, we ain't We ain't lames. We ain't soft. We ain't none of that. We just discipline. We organize and we mobilize. It may not seem like it, but we are. The thing about it, we're trying to do it properly while we trying to establish Black Wall Streets again. We got young brothers that's, man, geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Young all around the country, not only brother, sister, too. No older than 32, 33, 34. No older than 35 in the political arena. We have to support them. See, these the ones that ain't selling their souls or Negro pins or gatekeepers or bootleg. These are the brothers trying to establish, or the sisters trying to establish some justice and equality in this so-called hypocrisy. Excuse me, yeah, it's in the hypocrisy, but it's supposed to be democracy. And see, they make a mockery of that. Got us into this trickology, you know, but it's all right. See, we don't have the veil over our eyes no more. And we realize what's been going on. And we ain't scared to stand up and speak truth to power. You know? We got to purify ourselves, though. Clean up house within house. And it seemed like it's been such a long time coming. But it's here now in this age of Aquarius. So now we can come out of the delirious state of mind and get into a divine essence that is our true blessing. We can call it evolutionary processes that we got to go through, but it ain't got to be on a physical level yet until we have to really defend ourselves. But we dealing with energy right now. If we keep elevating into the energetic mind and state of mind and become more divine, we might just be able to use energy as our weapon. That's the mindset that I'm at and in, because I want to be able to step in between realms and dimensions and come back. And I want to be able to harness power so I can throw it at somebody. They do it, but they do it in another way with frequencies. They got weapons now. You can't even, there ain't no power. It's like, you know, it might burn you up or something. They got so much stuff going on that they stole from us that they use in that negative way. You know, like the harp and all that. The harp is how they alter, you know, the weather and all that. And then they got the chemtrails up in the sky blocking the sun, dropping down chemicals on us. And then up in Detroit and all over the country, they got lead in the water. They got fluoride in the water, trying to pacify us, trying to make us weak, trying to keep us on our knees. That's why we can't practice their religion, because their concept is all wrong, because they told us through television, televised lies, right? And commercial lies to keep us as consumers and buy what they be selling. They be selling religion. Oh, they don't? So tell me, how do the pastor be so rich? He got Mercedes, Bentleys, and big homes, and one of them said to God, say he wanted him to have a Learjet. And he told the congregation that. Now, man, how crazy, how asinine can that be? You tell me. But all of them like that, all of them big, fat, and greasy and all that. I ain't saying nothing about the brothers. But most of them are just like that. You know, when they're in the position of divine leadership. But what I'm saying, when you in a divine state of mind and spirituality and your culture, in tune with your ancestors, from your DNA, the divine prescript, you ain't got to pay nobody nothing. One thing with me, I be looking at simplicity. They say that you're paying tips to the creator, you got to give him money. But they mean the Bible. They be saying, you know, that it ain't about money, it was about animals or whatever. But God don't need nothing, right? God is in control of all this. So why are you telling me, or the people that don't be mentally free and can't see, pay some money. Tell them the truth. If you're going to get the money, everybody going to benefit from it, and even the pastor, because he's supposed to have a divine perception and give you the word. I'm telling you, I go to church. I go to the masjid. I'm going to the masjid today to hear this very powerful brother, Humam Abdulmalik. Me and him was in college too. See, I was an imam, but I went another way after I came back from Hajj in Africa twice, and I seen the way of the world. Because everyone in Vines, they keep looking up in the sky. And that's what I did. And then my third eye opened. And so I be where I be now, and how I be, and how I think, and how I see. But I go into all the doors. I got to go back to the synagogue because I had started that. I go to Juma on Friday, the synagogue on Saturday, and church on Sunday. And you ask me why. So I'm hearing the word to be motivated spiritually and divinely. Because as my Moorish brothers say, truth is strangely mixed with falsehood. Because you got to know how to discern that. And you learn that when you be chosen like that. See, I'm not frozen in time. I have developed my mind to help my kind, no matter what. And look at that sun shining through the window. Woo, Lord, hammer, that's power, that's energy. And it's shining on me. See, the light, that you become a light, like the torch that our ancestors gave us. You know, the torch from Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I seen something in a thing on Facebook this morning. They had a picture of, it was like a cartoon, but they had one of Malcolm X, and everyone had one of Martin Luther King. They called Martin Luther King a coon and this and that and all that. I don't go totally, I'm not in total agreement with that. I know when he first started off, he was dealing with this dude named Gandhi. That's where his philosophy come to. But see, he didn't know Gandhi was a racist. He was a racist. He ain't even like people when we was in the caste system over there. But anyway, but he was passive. He was dealing with it in a passive way because that's where his philosophy came. Because Gandhi was over there, was like, don't do nothing, don't fight back against the British and all that. So he got things turned around, but he got assassinated. And Martin Luther King took on that philosophy. And first he was passive and all that until he said, man, what is going on? He happened to meet Malcolm and talk to Elijah, and he said, man, God, dog, I thought y'all ain't know what y'all was talking about. But these people ain't righteous. These people ain't righteous at all. I want to say again, I mean, not again, but I have to say something to my little brother, Michael Gray. Love this brother. I love him to life, and that would never stop. And when I leave this plane of existence as energy, as an ancestor, I'll be whispering in his ear. That's my brother, man. Man, you just don't know what this brother done for me, you know, growing up, man. You know, when I was going to college, what they call that stuff, you know, I ain't, the Rolodex ain't working right now, but you know, you're doing your like, what I want to say, the word, I can't get the word, but you know, like when the doctor be in there, we going here in college, but he's doing his tour. So when I was in college, I was doing my tour. And so, but to get away from the work, the harsh work and all that, me and Mike and my cousin Tony, man, we used to go ride horses, and you know, we used to take relaxing applications. I ain't gonna tell you what we were smoking, but marijuana, a little bit of love or whatever. But anyway, we used to go ride horses, man. I had so much fun, man. I love that brother for that, man. I love him. He just don't know how much I love him just for that action in my life. But anyway, and to have him on here is another great love. He used to tell me I should write a book because, you know, he said I talk too much. Sometimes people don't know what I'm saying. And I don't be trying to talk over people's head. I try to talk directly. Something over, then I try to break it down. That's how I am. But anyway, I love this, bro. When I see people like that, I got to mention them. So let me get back to where I was at. So going through the process of development, we must know, not believe, but know who we are and where we come from. We got to deal with a spiritual aspect of ourselves, a cultural aspect of ourselves. It's the main important entities to get to that divine essence. When you get to have that divine mind, then you know you're on the level of the Creator in time, because that's what it's all about. Because in the temple is where the Creator is, the energy, and that's where you are. This is you. The spiritual aspect of you is the connection with that energy. So you are divine. You are God. And the aspect of God here on this planet, as above, so below, as outside, inside. Very simple. Simplicity is the best thing that we got going for us. That's why we have to control our communities. That's why we have to go in there and talk to our young warriors that they are predators now and they're playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun, being programmed to be that way. For what we got to, whatever reason, I don't know, because I know I've been through that and I had my reason. But me, it was a lot of fun when I was going to school in the concrete jungle. You know, I did things of foolish nature because I was in foolery and being foolish. But I ain't no fool. So when I went to college, I just changed my mentality. I said I ain't going to practice criminality, but I'm going to get into the reality of who I am and take on the spiritual essence of my being. So much so that I was elected a spiritual guide, an imam, and all that. And my growth and development took me to where I'm at now at this moment in time, sharing my mind from a divine perspective of who we are, not just me, because it ain't just me. My third eye open and all that, and they talk about woke and all that and stuff like that. It's a reality because I'm telling you what you experience. I experienced it. I can't say that when I experienced something, I can't say that I didn't. I'm telling you, it is one of the most euphoric experience that anyone can have. And I thank the Lord for choosing me or allowing me this energy to come into me or come out of me or whatever it did. For the first 3 months, my euphoria was so high, it was like I was on acid. Something like that. But then it came down, the equilibrium came, on an equal, I say a balance. It came to a balance, an equilibrium. And, I'm still there in the spiritual thinking and thoughts. My soul can't be brought, and I won't sell my soul. And I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier for the Creator, in the circle of the Creator. And there's other people like me, mobilized, and we ain't got to be together, and ain't no leader. So they can't just say, well, we're going to pick him out. We'll kill him, or we assassinate his character. You can't assassinate my character. Because you know why? Because you got to do what? You got to say to the people, oh, that nigga crazy. They're going to say, oh, I know that nigga crazy. But he's not a nigga. He a niggas. One mistake. And so me being crazy and insane is because I had to suffer through the pain of coming up, growing up, and coming through this corrupt system that racism exists. And I didn't know it. And I went to the schools and they gave me all the lies and the racism to keep me hypnotized and not realize who I was, but tell me who they was. And it was a lie. It was a lie. It's a deception. It's trickology. That's all it is. The whole system is based on corruption. It's a power play. They are murderers. They practice bestiality, homosexuality, and incest and all that. What you think going over there with the Queen of England and the Rothschilds and all them? They keep it in the bloodline. That's why they get other people for blood sacrifices and sex parties and orgies. They don't say nothing about, see, they control the news. They don't say nothing about a million missing people. They don't say that. You got to go in other, like this here. That's why I like Facebook. You can say what you want to say about it. I even say what I want to say about it because it's supposed to be ran and owned by whatever, Zuckerberg, whatever he is. But he's supposed to be a CIA operative. I don't care. I'm going to speak the truth. Truth to power. I don't care if the CIA, NSA, NSC, Mossad, Interpol, whoever, the Russians, the Germans, the Jews, the Mossad. I don't care. What can they do to me? I'm not scared. I'm a spiritual warrior in the context of being spiritual and divine. I got another brother, man. My brother, we go black, Brother Tony Harris, little fly, man. Man, see, when we went to school, we didn't have our pants hanging off our butt. We had sport coats on. We had Dobbs on. We had snakes, gaiters, and slacks, sandal belts, and all that when we was coming up. That's why I don't understand what's going on this day and time. We let these do commercialized lies and the social engineering of the so-called rappers and this and that. I mean, let them influence this generation like that. Man, it's rough. It's rough. Man, they walking around saying I'm a thug and she's a bee and I'm going to do this. I'm going to get me a key and all that, man. The time for that is over. The time for us to rise up, take back the globe. That's what it is. I'm telling you. See, I've been where you've been, or where you are. I was in it for fun, but I was in it for, profit and all that too. But in school, it ain't, I didn't do that. I always ran the halls. Even when I went to school, like with my brother, Tony Harris, he was like me. He stayed on the playground shooting basketball. He might have been at the crap brain because he could shoot crap real good. I ain't gamble because I thought they was cheap. But where I grew up, we used to do all that, and I ain't do it there. I might have played blackjack or something like that, but all the dice, or tunk, I ain't even do that because I thought they were cheap. But anyway, what I want to say to us, I don't care where we go, we got to trust in us, though. We didn't go to Christian church, Islamic masjid, or synagogue. When I went to the synagogue, they had a black rabbi. He was leading the service, but it was a mix. And they was talking about Yahshua and not Jesus. But they talk about Yahshua and Jesus almost the same because they give them more prophets than they give the Creator. They say more about them than God. That's the name we want to use. But that's mind-blowing to me. Why would they talk about, like, they say Jesus is the Son of God or this and that, Yahshua was what is Yahshua, but ain't the essence of everything the Creator? That's where the power and the source of power is. That's why we got to get away from that and get into our practice of our ancestors. We got to go in depth of esoteric and arcane knowledge and find out what we do as a people. Because the religions is man-made and they put you in a mental grave and make you a slave because they don't bring us together. They keep us separated, but they don't want to bring us like this because they know we'll get elevated. We'll take back the globe. And I got to say something about hashtag Black People's Comedic Boycott, right? Because that's all it is. And last July, when I started it, because my ancestors inspired me and the Creator inspired me to say that we can take back the globe anytime. But it was 5 years then, but now we're down to 4. We got to boycott these people and let them know that we're doing this in an organized manner. Then sometime down the line, we got to step off the jobs worldwide for 30 days and don't even go to work on their jobs. But what we do for ourselves, we continue to do. All Black people around the world support and keep each other intact because we're going to be attacked. They're going to be, go back to slaves, go back to work, the boys. But we're not niggas, you the niggas, you remember? when the derogatory term came out, we was the ones in the fields from sun up to sundown. You was in the chair on the porch doing nothing. So lazy and shiftless was you. You were the nigga. We was the niggas, and you try to whoop it out of us so we wouldn't know who we are. But by divine decree in our DNA, you forgot all about that, about the divine essence of who we are. And the Creator, you thought the Creator was going to leave us in this turmoil and this hatred of y'all because y'all came out of caves. Y'all don't like nature and y'all, all these things. You go against nature, you go against everything that's divine. But see, now, in this day and time, the age of Aquarius, energy, the synergy, frequency, and vibrations is on a divine level. It's about opening your mind, open your third eye. If you open to it, see, it come right to you. If you ain't ready, it's going to go right past you or right through you. And you ain't going to feel it come in you and take over your system. Man, I'm telling you, it is real. I experience it. I live it. I'm about it. I mean, I'm still a human being. I ain't perfect, but I shoot for perfection. And the liberation of the truth and the word from and through me by the Creator and my ancestors. People that know me, they know how I am. They know how I've been. I got a resume that they know. All my friends or people that I'm familiar with, growing up with, they know how I was then, and they look at me now. They say, "This how he is now." It's I ain't gonna say a big difference. Could be a minute difference, but it's a spiritual and divine difference in me. So I don't deal with the reality of the physical world, even though I'm here, I'm part of it, I'm in it, but I be trying to deal with a divine and spiritual perspective and be an example. I mean, when I walk, I'm a people's person, man, and I just, I say hello to everybody. Mandingo warriors, beautiful queen, everybody. Put a smile on people's faces, I went in the Staples the other day and I was getting a picture of Malcolm and Martin Luther King, a little one. I could have made it big, but I already got a big one. And then the brother was in there. I was talking to him about his tattoos and all this. And the brother, the aura of the brother was one of intelligence. One that he was a brother, he was a warrior, and he's doing the right thing. So man, I'm talking, he giving me those good vibes and all that, and who he is and what I am, and he liked my pieces, because pieces shows who you are, all these right here I'm talking about. And that's why I wear them, so people will know me before they'll see the light or feel the energy. But what I'm saying, so me and him, we was like that, bam. And this brother over here, me and him got to talk, bam, and they smiles on their faces. You know what I'm saying, man? They call y'all OGs, I call y'all YGs, y'all young warriors, though. I was walking out the store, another brother, what's up? How you doing, bro? Like that, with love, man, with a feeling of love. Another brother before I got out the door. And I didn't say anything, but they was like gravitating, because see that light from coming up from the east? That's the light that people see. It's the divine light. It's my aura. It's my might. It's my fight against the genome primate, troglodyte, Nagathor, and all these people that's in power. All these people that's killing my people off secretly. See, there's 7 billion people on the planet, and sometimes they can just snatch people up. They say there's a lot of missing people up in Chicago, up in Philly, where I'm supposed to be going, that I am going, with my brother Abdullah. Another brother was in college with me. Great brother, strong brother, evolutionary brother, spiritual brother in the Islamic perspective. One more thing I like to talk about. I like to talk about conscious chess moves. I'm getting ready to get back into that. teaching chess in a way that, we have young critical thinkers, people that concentrate, focus, and all that. Over there, I got 10 trophies. Over there that these young brothers and sisters won. They said people from Ward 8, and especially our children, uh, the lords of the low and all that. But when they learned this game and enthusiasm got in their eyes and they deal with the core values of what we taught them, not mentors, but tutelage. I don't want to use that word mentors no more, since the Greeks used it for a certain other type of situation. And I don't deal with those Europeans and their inhibitions or, stuff like that. I'm trying to get away from everything, customs, practices, and everything that Europeans do, because we don't need them. We got our own customs and culture and spirituality and divinity. So I don't want to be around them in that sense of them making us our own enemy of each other, when we got a natural enemy. But they have, through their manipulation and their education, they have us going against each other. But that's what they do when they conquer a people. They pull them in. That's like the history of, I'll say the history of mankind. That's what they do. But we are humanity, and we are divine people. I ain't lying. Look in the mirror sometime and just go in the trance and ask yourself, who am I? That's all you got to do. I'm just saying that now because I don't know. I really don't know how you become energetically and divinely inspired. I mean, we can go maybe to churches. Man, I don't know. I know I wasn't doing that when it happened to me. And then, like I was saying, conscious chess move will be in effect one more time. And this time, we're going to run it in the ground. We're going to try to get you from all around. We're going to have them on the computer. We're going to have them in the recreation center. We're going to have them putting it down. Conscious chess moves, creation of myself and Karen Davis folks to instill critical thinking skills in our youth and our elders. Our elders, some of them know how to play, but they got away from it. But we need to motivate them to bring them, back around, because they can't jog and all that and get around like. But chess on their mind and playing it, oh man, I can see the smiles on their face now. So that's what I'm about to do also. And just remember, hashtags, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. Two sides of that coin. One is to boycott against all racism around the globe. The other side of that being black, in black, on black, for black, economically in every aspect that we can help each other around the globe. We got to start here now at home and leave none of our brothers alone, especially our young brothers on the street corner. It's a shame. It's a ham shame when our brothers' parents have to bury them. And there's so many of us that's happening like that. We got to stop that. We the only ones can stop it, and the only ones that can really stop it is the ones that's doing it. We have to have them check out their selves and check out their own mind and become into a divine persuasion or perception, so they can get out of the deception of what they've been deceived by through the social engineering. It's always been that across every generation they had one way or the other that wants you to aspire, have your aspirations, know where they knew you couldn't meet it, but they have it like that. So we got to be real with ourselves, the elders and the youngsters. We got to come together in this divine revolution to overcome the pollution of those who have distorted our reality. But in this day and time of Aquarius, the energy, the frequency and the vibrations are so high coming from our Creator and our ancestors to open our eye now and evermore. From now, this will be the beginning of a new foundations, new nations coming into existence of a melanated, carbonated, worldwide, matriotic disposition. If I said something, step on your toe, I'm telling you, you better have some steel toes on, because sometimes I got to put mine on. I be saying stuff, and I say, oh man, I ain't got my steel toes on. But I don't do that. I only do things to motivate and stimulate and, to bring us up, to elevate us, to come together in unification. See, that's the only problem that we got now, but it ain't no problem, because we ain't going to be the clown no more and his circus or their circus. They can't use none of their tools on us. They're women, they're men, or none of that. They're trying to distort reality and have us doing things in a non-natural way and all that. They be dealing with transsexuals and transvestites, and we don't know the genderless. We don't know what's going on, but we got to stay natural. We got to stay divine. We got to be on the pathway of our ancestors in a spiritual way, in a spiritual mind, and that's what we are, and that's what we've been throughout time. Now we got to recapture our time and recapture our mind and become more divine. And we deal with Black Wall Street once again. But we do it globally, starting locally. We stop killing each other, and we start mobilizing and preparing for our natural enemy. See, they got all the guns and got all the weapons and got all the Negro pins and those who sell the souls, the boule, and the gatekeepers. So, what we got to do, instead of getting on our knees, we got to stand up and be men and women and brothers and sisters in love and healing. Stop the killing. And ask your ancestors, someone that you love that ain't here no more, they ain't nowhere but in the energy of space. You can talk to them through prayer and through concentration and ask them what's going on. I need some help. Then they're going to lead you somewhere. Our ancestors are going to lead you and guide you by divine decree, by our creator is going to lead you. And maybe, perhaps, energy will come into you. But if not, they got people here like me. I got the torch that Aaron Barry gave me, George Jackson, Nat Turner, Queen Azinga, Francis Cress Wilson. See, my torches, I got a big old torch because all my ancestors and me. And I believe in what they have taught me. Should I answer that phone? Not on my court, not on my show. I apologize for the interruption with the bell and the side. But anyway, this is how we're going to ride. We're going to ride high spiritually and divinely. I mean, we come from a school of learning from the street, concrete jungle. I know that's where I come from, and I know a few of my friends came from we went to the same school. But I got a PhD in streetology, I kept going to school. But now I can't act like no fool or be no fool, because I went to a divine school, and it's all in my mind, in my inner verse. So I have that understanding, so I can have a profound effect upon the universe and overcome the deception of the games that these people play with the minds of my people, our people. It's no more going to happen during this day and time. I'm saying we can go to church or the masjid or the synagogue or wherever we want to go, practice voodoos and say Om and all that, as long as it brings us together. Got to bring us together. Can't keep us apart. That's their mystical art. See, that's what they do. Keep us apart and tell us that the Christians say, if you ain't no Christians, you can't go up in the rapture. And if you ain't, and the Muslims say, if you ain't no Muslim, you a disbeliever, kafir, and all that. Man, I am us, and we are one. Because without you, there's no me. I'm spiritually connected to you by pure energy. It's a currency like electrical like the lights. I turn that switch off, it's gone. I turn it on, it's on. See, but the currency in us stays on all the time until we gone from this realm to the next. But we still energy. The energy never can die. It's carbon. It's like the Antichrist. Neutron, protons, and electrons, what makes up the carbon melanin. But this here, the vehicle, heck yeah. Because see how young I look? I look younger than this before. And that's with all of us. But I wanted to say, practice my art. Find out what my art is. Go back to the ancient future. I say, practice Kwanzaa every day. One of the principles throughout the year. I say, when we deal with Black history, our history, it should not be a mystery, even here in the United States of hypocrisy. Oh, excuse me, I mean the United States of America, the criminal enterprise, the so-called government. I apologize. I don't know why this keeps slipping out. And I be saying these things about this great, great country of deception and racism. Is that the reason why I be saying it? But anyway, we must deal with those principles that I was just talking about. But the greatest principle is within our temples. The energy of the Creator that's in us. And we can go anywhere we need to go, but you got to be like this in unity, though, because this is the only thing you can't change. Hakimisaba. You can't change that. You can change your mind, you can change your clothes, you can change all that. You can even change your religion, but you can't change this melanin. And that's what unity should be based on, our unity around the world, around the globe, so we can shine. We can shine like the torches coming from our ancestors, from Muhammad Ali, from Imhotep, from Shaka Zulu, from Azinga, from all the great warriors, witches and voodoo priestess and all that they say. Don't practice that, but they do it in the culture. I'm going to leave them people alone, and I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm going to see y'all Monday. You can hear from me Monday. I think I'm going to come on a little later like I've been doing now. Not because I need an audience, because it's better for me, because I be getting up early and I got to do some other things. I've been procrastinating doing. I'm telling you, I'm supposed to have been had this stuff done. I got it in my head, but I ain't got it on paper. I write 2 books, maybe 3, but I got to get on top of it. 1 now. So that's why I'll be coming on a little later. But I want y'all to know that I love me, right? So by me loving me, I love you, because without you, there's no me. We got to stay united. We got to stay connected. And forgive me for anything that I done or said or whatever, but I did mean it. Because I ain't saying nothing wrong to hurt us. I'm saying everything to uplift us, to motivate us, and stimulate us to come together in this war against us. And one more time, I want to say, don't forget, hashtag Black People's Cosmetic Boycott Ham. Worldwide, against all racism, and Negro pins, and agent provocateurs. And then on the same side, we want to deal with Black financial, I ain't gonna say generational wealth, because we can't get it, because they got it, but we can get wealth, financial freedom. So we gonna work together and develop Black Wall Streets. And so I'm gonna get off here, because I be talking and but I'm saying something, but I can't keep talking, because I'll run out of things to say. I don't think so. But anyway, now I gotta do a roll call. What's my roll call? Where is it? Oh, there go my big baby brother. I don't know if he's still on here. Big brother, baby brother, Marcelo Tyler, the jazz man. I'll tell you now. And we got Olali Khan Ruli. We got Emori Jotep Ra. We got the Pharaoh Ricky Godwin. We got Abdullah Shabazz. We got Susan Harvey. Oh, I know Susie. Oh, no, that ain't Susan Burger. We got the Oracle Queen, Rosie Bradford Hill. Yeah, we got Bent Harvey. We got Michael Gray, my little brother, yeah. We got Hamid Muhammad. We got Tony Harris too. All these my brothers and sisters. Some I grew up with, spent time with. I got a genuine love with. But my genuine love is for all of us. As long as we divine, spiritually inclined, black men and women, and not agent provocateurs nor Negro pins. I got a problem with them. And that problem is a problem that they become our enemy. Because they are joining forces with our natural enemy. That's the way I see it. And until my Lord and my ancestors direct me in another reality, that it would be mine. And y'all have a divine day, and may this weekend be great as every other one. And may your life be full of love. And may your life be of healing sensations. And may your life be your life for you to control, like you got soul. And in you in this abode of spiritual essence and blessings. And with that, I'm going to say, Ona ketone, mahina sakan, enna kafuna si kolo mahani si don. And it's black peace, black power, and black love from the ancestors all around, above and below. Y'all have a great day. And never forget who you are, where you come from. Don't never forget your history, your culture, your spirituality. You see, that's why they don't want us to go past 2019. But I got to go. I'm talking too much. I say I will go, and I keep talking because things keep coming across the mind. But I'm going to let y'all go. Not going on by saying no. Tani, ka. Biga hina, yolaye, oh my God, hey, take care. Love y'all. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Ashe Hotep. Salom. Hakimiso Bunaka.